If the stream at any point gets real choppy and weird, let me know. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that we fixed it. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it was getting choppy. I can't remember what I did last time that ruined it. New basement, yeah. Maybe it'll end up being not a good thing because it's a pain in the ass and super expensive, but hopefully the new basement you end up with is dope. Can't say architect. Yeah. For like in games, you're always like textures are a thing that you use in games all the time. It's like images. So whenever I say architecture, I always want to say texture. Jesus. What the fuck's going on? What the hell is going on? Anyway, I suppose we'll just get to it. There we go. Update? Absolutely not. I never want Tahoe again. Had it rented 3 years ago. Ah, shit. Oh, insurance is doing this one? Okay, that's sweet. That's awesome. Trying to get some sleep. Hell yeah. Get some sleep there, Gerda. I'm doing C++ for this one and using a custom engine, making my own engine. So I've never done C++. It's just C++ and Raylib, which is like a graphics library, rendering library. And there's a little bit of math, bit of a math library too. Let's get some tunes going here. I was just going through my liked songs here. Let's go back up to the top. What have I been listening to? This is a good one. Actually, this is a sick song. Dude, see, it's tough. Like I've been programming for coming up on 6 years now. And I just started C++ like 2 weeks ago. And it's a tricky language. Like if I was starting with it, I think it would have been really, really hard. Libraries, I've heard of them. Yeah, exactly. Libraries, I can't read. That's my philosophy. I would much rather hand roll everything myself and make it take fucking forever. I hate learning shit other people made. You know what I mean? Like I hate using like learning a new software program. You're like, why the fuck is it like this? It's nicer to just be able to write your own APIs and shit. So yeah, this is just C++ and Raylib. Nothing like good stubbornness, dude. Yeah, that's story of my life. A lot of people absolutely hate C++. All I heard about C++ was how fucking terrible it is. And I understand the problems people have with it. And I understand how, like, if you weren't in, like, here's the thing. Some people program because there's like they have like I don't know, an idea of a thing that they want to make. And the programming is a necessary evil to make that thing. And some people program for the sake of programming because they think it's fun. And I'm the second type. I just love programming. I've absolutely fallen in love with it. I love like software development and software architecture. So yeah, if you're in the first camp, you would probably prefer something like Python or whatever. That's just a little bit simpler and easier. You got to audit everything. Yeah. Trouser snake, dude. That's amazing. I love it. Very visual. Yeah. See, I'm not very visual at all. I like abstract kind of shit. Graphic mapping analysis. Nice. You do that for work? Okay, so what was I working on here? I think I was doing, right. So I had a little to-do list. Where is it? Okay, so virtual scene class, I think that's what I just did here. And then our table scene inherits from that, and that didn't break it. So now we're going to make an actual game. Oh, this should be game class. Kind of a high level game class that will have the different scenes in them. Just a skill you learned. That's cool. Do you like it? Dude, yeah, if you've done, that's like the next thing. At some point I want to write a little bit of assembly just to have like a, I don't think I would ever do like a full game in assembly. I'm not that much of a masochist. But just even to write a little, like, I don't know, calculator or something like that, little calculator app. Long salad story. Long tossing salad story. Got a couple of those, I bet, eh? Java, eh? Java's like non-corporate C#, basically, right? Tossing the salad, baby. Great book for me? Yeah, please do. I know, I'm just fucking with you. All right. So game class. Let's try and work on this. So do I have that yet? No. Okay. Let's do this, baby. Let's do it. So we're going to make a class game. Oops. Have a constructor. I'll need an update. It'll need a draw, which will be a const. Okay, and then it's going to need it'll be a pointer of type scene, which will be our current scene. Here. Unique pointer. What header are we in memory? Programming from the brown from the ground up. Yeah, okay, hell yeah. Link me, dog. No dressing on that salad, just some wet fucking flaps. Just a couple little wet flappers. What is ArcGIS? Okay, so then let's make our C++ file. So we'll need game.h. We'll need scene. We'll need memory. And then we're going to want to do our current scene, which will we initialize to, I suppose it could be, thank you for that follow. Whoever that was. Give me 1 sec here. Voltic, thank you very much. Welcome on in. Software suite for mapping and analysis suite. That's cool. That's cool. You know all those maps on the news, COVID maps, election maps? Ah, okay. Sweet. That's super cool. Okay, so all right, do we need to, when we make the game, I suppose what we could do, is set current scene to, so then we would need include what's it called? Table scene. And then will we be able to, I was just asking ChatGPT about this because, or Claude rather, because I don't really know how unique pointers work yet. Here we go. Unique pointers. Unique pointer, current scene. And then what would you initialize this to? I think I asked that. Oh, yeah, right. You go make unique. So what does that actually do? I should look that up. Make unique. Constructs an object of type T and wraps it in the pointer. Okay. Oh, okay. So it calls the constructor of the type and points the pointer at it, essentially, right? So then to initialize that, so it would be standard. Is it make unique? Make unique table scene, and then what's the syntax here? Make unique, and then you, okay, so table scene, and then table scene's normal constructor shit, I think, right? Expected a class member or base class name. Unique pointer scene, current scene, yep. How do I initialize that? Or maybe I just do that in the constructor body. So maybe it's like this. You go, or do you go, oh yeah, current scene equals, oh, you know what? I think I know what I did wrong. Hold up a second here. Let's go here. Still getting used to this. So it would be current, oops, scene. And then here's where we would do make unique table scene. And then whatever table scene constructor does, I can't remember what table scenes constructor needs. Just resources, okay. Right, so I'm going to need, right, I see. So I got to go here. We're going to need resources. Right now, resources is just in my main. So we'll have to do resources.h, and then we'll instantiate. I'll go resources. Okay, and then we will initialize this first. So we'll go resources. And then, does resources have a constructor? Or any constructor arguments? I think it's just that. And then we would actually pass this in, I believe. I guess we don't need scene there. Okay. All right. I think that works. So this game is basically going to take over a lot of what main is doing right now. So yeah, just a resources constructor. Cool. Missing the chat here. It makes it unique. Out for the night. Hell yeah, dude. Have a good one. Don't literally die. Yeah. The old show, because main as of right now I was just making like that very first scene, but now I'm like, okay, I want to split the actual dice playing into its own thing, and then just have that like rotoscoped animated scene as being its own thing. So I figured this is a good time to make like a high level actual game class that's basically going to do all this shit, have all this shit here. Like it'll handle the resources and the input essentially, and then it will have the dice scene and the table scene as members or whatever. And then when I want to make a new game, you just fucking game.new or whatever. You know what I mean? Call the constructor. Reassign it. Engine programming. All right. So what are we doing? Okay, so we were going to make our table scene. Okay, so let's go here. We'll go void game. And what we're going to do, we'll just do current scene, and it's a pointer, so it'll be here, update. And we're going to need input. Okay, so we might need our input handler, although that could stay in main. We'll see. Okay, and then we will initialize input to, or wait, how did I do that? Input state, input is input handler get state. And that's going to happen in the update. So we will want input handler. I don't know if we won't need that in the .h. Input handler here. Okay, so then input is going to be just a new input. Wait, how did I do that again? Getting confused here. Oh yeah, we don't actually have to do. So we're going to pass in input. First thing we're going to do is this. We're going to say input is input handler. And I think input handler is just a namespace. Yes. So it'll just be like this. Input handler gets state. And then we pass input and DT in there. We'll get DT from main. Okay. So then let's go here. Include source / game.h. Let's try this here. Let's see what happens. Jesus Christ. So we'll go game. Interpreted as function declaration. Can't you do like a shorthand constructor that way? Maybe not. Maybe it's so game equals game, like that. And then we'll get DT. I wonder if we should do input. Yeah, you know what? Because there will be like a splash menu and that kind of shit. Game will be kind of like the instance of one game, but maybe we actually do want to keep input out of there. I think that actually makes more sense. So let's not have that. But what we'll do is we'll pass input. I wonder about resources too. Resources maybe should also stay in main and just get initialized once. So game will kind of be responsible for managing the current scene. So input state, and it'll be a const input state because we're not going to modify it. It'll be a reference. Okay, and then we'll change this to input here. We won't do input there. I'll keep resources there for now. And then, yeah, we'll actually keep input here. And then what we'll do is we'll do game.update, input DT. Cannot use oh, whoops. And then we'll do game.draw. Okay, and then have we defined game.draw yet? I don't think we have. So then we'll do, it'll just be current scene draw. Okay, let's see what happens here. We got some errors, unincluded headers. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Will it compile? Nope. Game update, input state, reference from oh, it might be makefile. Let's try that. Nope, not going to work, I don't think. Oh, it did. Okay, so far everything is working. Inputs are still working. This is all still part of the same scene for now. So I can select them. I can roll them. Select one, roll it. Okay, everything's still working. Now, yeah. Architecture decision. You know what? I think I will keep resources out of game and just have it right in main. Have that shit all load once and then get destroyed once at the end of the program kind of thing. So let's go back here. So we won't take input state. Whoops, and we'll pass resources in. Now that I'm doing this, I'm kind of like, man, it might be less convoluted to just keep it in oh yeah, so then we would have resources. Here we go. We would have resources as a so we'll pass const resources because we're not going to modify resources in that constructor. We want it to be a reference because we don't want to copy them. Right? Is that how that works? I think so, right, Southpaw? So then here what we'll do is it'll be the same thing, const resources, and then that'll be that. And then in main, we want resources back. Whoop. Oops. We want that back, and then we want to pass resources there. Everything else should be the same, I think. Let's see, did we break anything? Hameta, what is up? How are you doing? Welcome on in. 3 different things at once. Hey, it's okay. I'm just rambling. I was just wondering about consts and references. What I was wondering, if I'm passing resource, so I have this resources class, which is basically just like a bunch of textures right now, a couple images or whatever. And they're just stored in there. So there's one kind of like source of truth for the resources, and then everything that accesses it through pointers. But I'm making this game class, and I want to pass that resources instance to its constructor. So it would be const because the game constructor doesn't modify resources. And it would be a reference because we don't want to copy all the resources in, right? Guys, everybody follow Hameta. How are you doing, Hameta? What are you up to this evening? It's late over there. We got a couple English in here, up late. Working on some projects, 2026, crazy, freaking crazy. Hell yeah. Can he come smack me again for lack of banjo? Too bad, buddy. Too bad, little feller. Julian, what's up, dude? Sorry, I missed you coming in there. That's beautiful refactoring. Hey, I'll take it, man. Const resources make sense here. Okay, sweet. I've been like drilling this shit into my head. I think I'm getting it. Commission write some music for a game. Ooh, that's amazing. Can you tell us anything about it? That's fucking sick. That's so awesome. Came for banjo, stayed for the code, but you got to sleep. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Dude, hell yeah. I love that. I didn't make a ton of progress on the actual game itself the last 2 days because it's been a lot of sort of figuring out how this shit works, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing my breast. But yeah, right now I'm trying to take some stuff out of what did I just do? Take some stuff out of main and make like kind of a higher level game class that will handle like a game, obviously. Okay, what are we doing? So I think that's pretty much all it's going to need. So right now, right, the reason I wanted this game class was because basically to handle switching from one scene to the next. So the next thing to do is to essentially, by the way, this fucking part of this song, we just got to back this up here for a sec. It's been a while since we've had just a fucking a keyboard smasher. New company hired as their composer for the rest of the game existence. That is so fucking sick. That's amazing. Southpaw, we'll see you soon. Fuck, it goes so hard. Holy shit. Yeah, if you need some banjo, you know who to call. Chunky, baby. Real chunky, crunchy. Disgusting, really. What's so it's VTT D&D related. So is it going to be like folky kind of music? Is it all over the place? And how did they get in touch with you and all that? Is it a streamer making it? Okay, so essentially what we're going to want is it'll be basically this guy will flash. Boom, and then it should be in the dice scene. So we want to have like a smooth transition there. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. So we're going to want a switch scene. And then we're going to want wait. So we will just oh Jesus, what did I just do? Fuck. I hate when I do that. Vim is dangerous for that. Oh Jesus, what did I do? Current scene. Oh. What did I? Oh, there we go. Whew. Freaked me out. So switch scenes. So then we should be able to just go new scene, right? So it'll be a scene, or wait, it'll be unique pointer scene, generic, right? Because we don't know what scene it's going to be. So we need to do the base class. Unique pointer scene, new scene. And then is it going to be no template? Oh, yeah. Wait. Or do we just use regular pointer syntax there? Would it be like that? Maybe. And then we would have, and then this would be, this method would not be const because we're actually modifying the game class itself. But could this be const? Since that scene wouldn't modify. Here, let's try it without the const first, and then try it with const and see what happens. So we'll go void, whoops, game, switch scene, and then a pointer, new scene. And then we'll just go current scene equals, current scene equals make unique, standard make unique. Jesus Christ. Wait, hold on a second. Because what type would that be? Would it be like this? Make unique scene. Or wait, it would be make unique new scene. Like this, I think, right? No, I'm not. There's something I'm not getting here. Let's see. Pointer means scene exists. Da, 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 da. What was the error I got here? Unique pointer. Oh, you know what? I think I just forgot to write standard. I think that might have been what was going on. So let's try this. Unique pointer scene. Folky Epic found you at an open mic. That's amazing. That's so fucking sick. I love that. That's fucking amazing. That's fucking dope. I'm super excited to see where that goes. Yeah, so yeah, this is kind of weird because we don't necessarily know what the scene is going to switch to. We just want to be able to switch a scene, pass in a new, but then what do we pass in? Do we pass in an instance of a scene? So then would the scenes have to be instantiated somewhere else, or would it be something like do you instantiate it for, so maybe you go or do you just do like a big switch statement with all the different types of scenes? Maybe we got to ask ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm working on, want to be able to switch the scene. With a switch scene method, but we won't necessarily know at compile time what scene it will be. I'm trying something like this. Let's do this. But the linter is complaining, you bastard. Best part's coming up. Let me think. Shawshank. What would the best part be? Is the best part when they discover the hole behind the gal? Is that the best part? The issue standard make unique expects a type in the angle brackets, not a variable. You're passing an instance, not a type. Oh, you don't need make unique at all. Just move it. Current scene. Standard move is needed because unique pointer can't be copied. It's unique one owner only. Move transfers ownership from new scene into current scene. The old scene gets automatically destroyed in the process. Oh, okay. So make game switch scene. Oh, I see. Okay, so unique pointer is the type. And what we actually do when we pass it in, so when we actually call the switching scene function, is that's when we'll use make unique. Because what that's going to do is make a new, that's going to make a unique pointer. But because this unique pointer already exists, we can't overwrite it, but we can call its move method. Or wait, that's just standard move. Make unique is used at the call site, yeah, where you know the concrete type, not inside switch scene. That's the key. Switch scene doesn't need to know what kind of scene it's receiving. It just takes ownership of whatever it gets. Okay, this is what I always do when I learn something. Let me make sure I got this right. So, because current scene is a unique pointer, we can't copy it, right? Or reassign it. This might be wrong. So what we actually want to do is pass in a new unique pointer to our method. We want to pass in a new unique pointer and then move our existing unique pointer to point at the new pointer. And we use make unique at the call site to create the unique pointer. Is that right? Let's find out. Plugged your laptop studio monitors. You're working on the donkey, doing loud ass Donkey Kong. Get busy living or get busy dying. That whole I can't believe my Shawshank was redeemed. Make pens from that tree, laser engrave that into the pen. One small correction in the mental model. You're not moving current scene to point at new scene. You're moving new scene into current scene. So make unique creates a new table scene on the heap wrapped in a unique pointer. The pointer is passed. Okay, so make unique table scene creates a new table scene on the heap wrapped in a unique pointer. That unique pointer is passed to switch scene. And then move transfers ownership from new scene into current scene. The old scene that current scene was pointing at gets automatically destroyed. New scene is now empty, points to nothing. Oh, so you're actually moving the stuff from one memory address to the other. Okay, so you're actually moving the thing from one memory address to another from new scene to current scene. Is that right? Not quite. The data itself doesn't move in memory. What transfers is ownership, not the physical location. The heap allocated table scene stays exactly where it was created. What changes is what unique pointer is responsible for it. I see. Okay. New scene is a null pointer. Current scene. Old scene gets deleted. Okay. Copy the address from new scene to current scene. Move on a unique pointer is cheap. It's just copying an address and setting another to null. Okay. Moving ownership, not moving data. Okay. I think I get it. So what we're going to want to do, so this is right. We are going to want to pass a unique pointer to the thing. But we're not calling make unique here. It's just going to be, do we just do current scene equals new scene? Oh yeah, standard move, right. So current scene move, new scene. So that's going to transfer the ownership of this new scene to this pointer here. And then when we actually call this, the scene change is when we're going to, okay, so center move super efficient because the data doesn't have to perform any memory copying. Okay, you're just moving ownership of the pointer, right? Ownership is like a new concept that's still kind of weird. You have great news. Did the other axe show up? Whoops. Like raw pointer versus unique pointer. Today was the first day that I was learning how a unique pointer works. Yesterday was the first day I actually used raw pointers. Okay, so now what we want to do is, let's go back to our table scene here. And we should give the scene itself like an is finished. Okay, and I'm going to try not to forget about that const question that I had. Okay, so what we're going to do, actually, so let's go to our state machine here. So after this is done, instead of, so if input dialog is finished, so instead of this, what we're going to do and we'll have an is finished is finished equals true. We'll have an is finished member variable as well. Oops. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Okie dokie. And then we'll go do that after draw. Table scene is finished. That'll be const, right? That will just return is finished. Oh, fuck. And then what we'll do in game, so in game's update, we'll update the current scene and we'll say if current scene is finished, that's when we want to switch scene. And here's where we're going to go make standard make unique. So we're going to make a unique pointer of type dice scene. What am I doing here? Dice scene. And then whatever the dice scene constructor needs, which I can't remember what it needs. Oops. Dicing, so just resources as well. So we'll go back to, where are we here? There it is. So make unique dicing. So we'll pass resources. So since we have to pass resources to this constructor, we actually might need resources to be a member of game then, right? I think. Or can we just... Yeah, I think we'd have to do that. And then no member named is finished in scene. So because unique pointer is just of type scene, that's like the base class for the scenes. Does that mean scene would need to have this is finished, even though our current scene is a table scene that does have the is finished method? Is that how that works? Ad break, fuck. Let me know when you're back. The independent kingdom of Texas. Raw dogging them, baby. Oil's going to 200 a barrel. Yeah. Stock up, everybody. Get some canned food. Other axes on delay still. Hey, coming with the Prime sub. Sorry about the ads, buddy. Okay, so here's what I was sort of blabbing out loud about. Let me know if this makes sense. So I think when I switch the scene, so now I'm at the actual call site here. So I'm making a unique pointer in this switch scene method here. But because the dice scene, which is the one that I'm going to want to switch it to, requires that resources to get passed in, will I have to make resources a member of game? And then pass it in that way? I think I will, right? Because right now resources is just like referenced in the game's constructor, but it doesn't actually hold on to that at all. Strippers are going to start charging $2. Fuck. Kevin, what's up, dude? It has been a minute. How are you doing? How you been? What's new? You got any comps coming up? Any of your guys compete? If it's being passed in the structure, it needs to become a member of game. Okay, that's what I figured. So I guess now there's the question of, do we still instance it in main and then just pass? No, because we'd end up copying it anyway, right? So I think what we would want to do, we'll take it out of main. I'm kind of surprised the linter's not complaining about that, but we'll take it out of the game's constructor. I'm going to keep that there just in case. And whoopsies. And we'll add it as a member. So we'll go resources. And this will be const? Because I don't think game is going to modify resources. It's mostly just going to be referencing it and passing it around. So then we would, we'd get rid of that shit. But we would go resources, and then we would call resources constructor. So then game owns resources. Do that like that. And then we would pass that in there. Okay, so we're still getting a problem here. No viable conversion, unique pointer. Oh, because dice scene doesn't inherit scenes. Let's change that. Okay, and then update and draw are going to have to be overridden. Non-virtual member function. Oh, virtual void update. Right, because it's going to need to take. I got too many fucking tabs open right now. Okay, fuck. What did it need? It needed input state. So then we'd go const input state reference input. Okay, now that's not complaining. So now, okay, this is another question I had. So it's complaining here, no member named is finished in scene. So my table scene has an is finished method, but just my generic scene does not. So is it complaining because current scene is set as unique pointer of type scene? So that means that my scene will have to have a virtual is finished method. Yeah, I've heard bad things about singletons. Who do we got in here? Solo with the dark blue. All of a sudden, these damn dark blue names, I can never read them. It's brutal, eh? Great fuel mileage. Resources. We need some resources. Training your ass off, compete in April in Denver. Let's go. Open a new gym. Holy shit, dude. And bought your dream guitar. Okay, what's the dream guitar? And is the new gym also going to be in why can't I think? Grand Junction? Just different location, or are you like franchising elsewhere? I'm assuming that that's what's going on because the compiler doesn't know about this is finished method at compile time, right? Grand Junction community called Clifton Palisade, 15, 20 minutes. Dude, that's sick, man. Expanding, new dynasty. Yeah, fuck yeah. Let me see. Ooh. Man, it's shiny. I can barely see it. I just see your reflection in it. Damn. That's a beauty. Fuck yeah. Is that like an Epiphone hollow body? Or no, it's a Les Paul. Hell yeah, dude. Beautiful. Oh, it's the Adam Jones signature. Dude, fuck yeah. That's sick. That's a beauty. Okay, I'm going to ask. I made an is finished method in my table scene. And in game, before switching scene, I'm checking if current scene is finished. The linter is complaining. Is that because current scene is defined as being of type, let's say unique pointer. So is finished needs to be in the base scene class. Fuck your strat, dude. What's your strat again? Is it a fender? Wider neck. Yeah, I noticed that about my or the strat. The strat's got a wider neck, hey? I actually noticed my Epiphone has a wider neck than the Dean. Boom, boom, boom. Exactly right. Since current scene is unique pointer scene, the compiler only knows it's a scene, right? You can only call methods declared in scene. You have a couple options: add it to the base class and declare it as virtual. That probably makes the most sense. If not, every scene needs it, provided default. Some classes override it if they need custom behavior. Otherwise, they just inherit the default. Right. So when you do the equals 0, that means it's pure virtual, which means that your subclass has to override it, right? Whereas, so virtual bool is finished const. Scene transition callback. Yeah, fuck that. Okay, so yeah, for your case, adding it to the base class is the right call. So just to make sure I understand, a pure virtual method is one with equals 0 and must be overridden by the subclasses. What did they call it? What did it call it? What do you call it? What did this clanker call it? What did this fucking clanker say? Default, right? A default implementation means the subclass will call the default method defined in the base class. Pure virtual equals 0. Subclass must implement it or it can't be instantiated. No implementation in base class. Right, that's why you put equals 0. Make scene abstract. You can never instantiate scene. Default implementation subclass inherits base behavior, can override it if it needs default behavior. Base class can still be abstract if it has other pure virtual methods. Okay. Okay, so in our scene then, we're going to do virtual bool is finished. Const, because it's just like a getter basically, and equals 0 to make it pure virtual. And then that should stop this biatch from complaining. And then we'll go const, so then we'll go override here. So we've overridden that. And then now in our, oh, here we go. So now what? Allocating an object of abstract class type dicing. Allocating an object. I think I maybe know what's going on. Where's our dice scene? So then dice scene is also going to need this. So then we'll need bool is finished. Whoops. Const override. Will that stop it from bitching? Looks like it did. Okay. Okay, and then, so I think in our table scene, we check in the, where are we here? Where's our state machine? Oh yeah, so it just had a stroke. Dialogue 2, so when, if input mouse pressed and our dialog box is finished, then is finished is true. In our game class, we're checking. In the games update, we're saying if the current scene is finished. So we're setting the first scene to be the table scene. If that scene is finished, we're going to switch the scene. How do we test? How do we see? Let me do this. Let's just draw something silly. Let's overwrite that. Okay, and then we'll know if it actually switches if we see that little squiggly guy. Game, do I have game in my make file? Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it compiles. Nope. Out of line definition of update does not match. Oh yeah. We got to pass. Is it input? Where's our scene class? Update. Yeah, I think we got to pass input to, where did dice scene go? Here we go. So const input state reference input, which gets passed in from main. See if that compiles. Okay. Dice scene. Oh, do I not have dice scene in the make file? I do. Undefined symbols dice scene is finished. Oh, did I not write the implementation? Maybe that's it. Oh, right, because you have to, because it's pure virtual, you have to override it. So what we'll do is we'll just go. So we'll go bool dice scene is finished const, and we'll just return false for now. Let's see if that compiles. Krabba, he should be here. Oh, I didn't set up my rear view camera. I totally forgot. You get some sleep there, Grumpy. Okay, we compiled. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, I must have done. I was going to say, did I do a game like draw function? So let's see. So he's going to yap at us a little bit, blah, 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 blah. Boom, we go here, foom. And then now I believe if I press the button is when this is going to happen. Yeah. Fucking works, baby. Just exhaust that rust on my dick. Oh, dude. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, that is sick. First unique pointer usage ever, baby. Damn. Okay, what time is it? 8:30? We got a little bit of time left. Reminds you of the boot screen. Wait. Remind me of that. Did you like hack them? I don't know if we're doing Grand Junction. There is a US run, but I'm off tour for a little bit. The boys are actually in Europe right now because my back's been giving me grief. So I'm taking at least two tours off at least this year. That's why I'm home right now. I started working with a trainer to get the back better and get the pain under control. But maybe I can't remember if there's another run later on in the States in the year. Let me see. There's the June run with Amigo the Devil. I won't be on that one, unfortunately, which sucks because I like Amigo and his whole crew is dope. UK in September, it looks like. Quebec at the end of the year. I don't know if there is in June. Let's see. Maybe they'll be there in June. Portland, Seattle, Boner, Montana, Spokane. What is this? Jackson, Wyoming. So we're kind of in your neck of the the amphitheater in Salt Lake City, same place as last time. They'll be there. And then Denver, Cheyenne. Looks like that's the closest we get to your neck of the woods there. Paint for a bunch of shit in a bitmap, moved it to Windows directory. Dude, that's amazing. How old were you? Like 8? Dude, I love New York. Actually, that's probably my favorite city in the entire world. Just start getting prostate exams daily. It'll fix my back pretty fast. You want to be my doctor? You want to come be a proctologist? That's so funny, Julian. Is this Gesaffelstein? Sounds like Gesaffelstein. Yeah, fuck, he's so good, dude. He's unreal. Dude, Stick Death. I think about Stick Death all the time. We used to like draw those. I don't know if I ever told you this. We used to like draw those Stick Death cartoons. Like we would make them up and draw them at recess or like when we were done our work or whatever. And my mom found them in my backpack the one day. Man, like she like thought I was like turning into a serial killer or something. Like she was shocked. And they like weren't even that bad. Like there was one where like I can't remember. It was something about a fish. Like a guy got one stick man stole a fish from another one and then killed him with the fish or something like that. And she was just like, "What is this? Like, what is the matter with you? Why are you like? This is funny? You think this is funny?" It's like, and the ironic thing being like that type of reaction from an adult is like more likely to turn you into a serial killer than just like laughing at the little silly comic, you know? Making you feel like you're an actual insane serial killer type of person. I was like, I just thought it was funny. That's how you take it. You're one of them, hey? You'll fit right in with the rest of our fucking rest of our Instagram comments section. It's always like, why do you never come to Montana? Like after the day after we did 3 shows in a row in Montana. Oh, I guess you hate Montana, hey? I had one guy, there's one guy, someone posted like, it was like a clip from, the Palp Festival concert where we're like cracking open the beers at the start of In Hell. And so there was like a meme page that like clipped that little part and made some sort of like meme out of it. I can't remember. And I saw it and I was going through the comments and one guy was like, they call themselves the Dead South, but they never play in the South, like in Raleigh and Atlanta, or what was it, like he named Raleigh, Atlanta, he named like 5 places, and we had been to every single one of those places at least one time. And like 3 out of the 5, we had been there 2 times in the last 18 months. And he was just all fucking sanctimonious and pissed off about it. So I responded, I was like, we've literally been to every one of those places 2 times. Like on the last touring cycle. Oh, huh. Must have missed it. Yeah, you must have. Fucking idiot. Hello? Is she going to bed? Is she down here? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll be right up. You never come to my internet. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll BRB. I'm just going to say goodnight to Sadie. And then we'll come back and raid out Shut Her Down. Well, it's like they don't even look into it. They just like have this little belief that you never come to a certain place without actually checking if that's true or not. And then they get mad at you for the thing that they made up in their own head. Classic. Absolutely classic. Okay, I'll be back in 5 here. Watch the, I'll leave you guys with the anime goth titties. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I fucked up. I didn't put my rear view camera in. Sorry about that. It's just a blank screen. Got titties starting to get me angry on Instagram. Epic event occur, switches to got titties on the screen. I mean, I don't know if I'd be complaining about that if I were you. I don't see a problem there. You talk about the Houston House of Blues. That's probably the worst, one of the worst venues in the country. Can't get it from the rear, not today, baby. All right. Explosions better than titties? Depends. Sometimes the titties can create an explosion, if you know what I'm saying. MSG, let's do it. You like your explosions? You must really like them. If I had to pick one, it would probably be titties, to be honest with you. Okay, D-Mancia, good to see you. What is happening? We're just about to shut her down for the day here. Girls are going to bed. All over them titties. Oh, boink. Volunteer firefighter, that's cool, man. That's amazing. One of my buddies who's he's like always been a pyromaniac and now he's a firefighter. It's hilarious. What do you mean, y'all? You're in here too, like it or not. Okay, real quick before we take off for the night, let's recap this shit. So I want to go back to this game class. Okay. Okay, so we got rid of resources in the constructor. We're actually creating the resources in our initializer, and we're storing it as a member. The reason we had to do that is, why did we have to do that again? Oh, because we had to pass it into the dice scene constructor. So now game owns the resources and not main. Main still owns input. That feels a little weird to me. Maybe I would want both input and resources to just live in game and then just get cleaned up when you remove. I don't know. The more we work on it, the more I'm sure that'll kind of figure out what that should be. Okay, but really, so this unique pointer. So we have a member called current scene, which is a pointer to a scene type. We call make unique in the initializer list here, which makes a unique pointer, which actually what it does is it calls table scenes constructor and makes a table scene instance, puts it on the heap, and wraps it in our unique pointer, which is called current scene. Because our current scene is defined as type scene, the compiler needs to know about all the methods that we are going to be calling in this code here, which means that in our scene class, we had to make update, draw, and is finished all be virtual methods of that class, which are then overridden by the subclasses. The reason we had to do that is because because the compiler just sees a scene here. It doesn't necessarily know which one. So to compile, we have to have update, draw, and is finished as part of the scene class. We have our switch scene here. We pass in a unique pointer. And then we use move, which moves the ownership. Now, this is where I still get a little bit confused. It moves the ownership of that. Okay, let me just think about this. So when we call make unique, we're actually making an instance of dice scene, wrapping it in a unique pointer. Right. And then unique pointer, it's called a unique pointer because it's unique, or it's unique to this class. So we're moving the ownership from, thank you for that sub there, Sean. What's up, dude? I'll get back to the cleanup thing in a sec. Let me walk through this one more time. So make unique creates a unique pointer, puts it on the heap, and then we use move, which actually transfers the ownership of that unique pointer that we make at the call site to our unique pointer here in game. Whoops. And then cleans up the other one. I think I got all that right. Did you all get all that? Were you hanging on every word? Storing it as a member. I can store your member as a member. What is happening, Code with Sean? Yo, see, yeah, I'm learning C++, man. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. My brain is tired today. Okay, the thing I was saying about cleanup was, it was something to do with this game class. So I was saying we moved resources to be a member of game instead of it just staying in main. The reason we had to do that, I think I would have preferred for it to stay in main, but we had to do that because we need to pass that to the dice scene constructor. And then I think what I was saying is maybe I want input to live in game as well, because right now in main, I have an input state, which is my own class I made that just has a bunch of like Booleans basically for different inputs. I was thinking maybe I would want to, instead of keeping input in main, also make input a member of game, but maybe not. Because then whenever game gets destroyed, input and resources would also get destroyed. That's the thing. That's like, I don't want, like, if the player goes like menu new game or something, do we want to make a whole new resources instance? I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess it depends how big that class gets. GitHub Copilot and Squad. What's Squad? I've never heard of Squad. Nodding enthusiastically. Hell yeah. Folder full of members. I got binders full of members, buddy. So that'll be kind of a general game architecture question, is where should resources live? Right, we'll leave it in main or in game for now. I think input, because everything's going to require the reason, like in my head, at least how I'm conceiving of it, like the main menu would be its own class and its own object, right? And then when you like actually start a new game, that's when it'll actually make a game instance that has everything it needs for like a game. But maybe game, right? And the reason I wanted to do that is because when I was making Spaceman, dude, I didn't realize until the very end of development that like I had no way of resetting all the state. Dude, the way that game like restarts, when you get to the very end, it like goes back to the main menu and restarts, is such an insane fucking mess. Like it's absolutely disgusting the way I had to reset all that, because I had everything just kind of be local, not even members. They're just sort of like local variables at the script level that got manipulated over the course of the game. And then I had no way to reset any of that shit. So what I ended up having to do is like unload all of like the modules that got loaded, like all of my own modules that got loaded into the Lua project, like delete them all or set them all to nil or whatever, and then like reload them all. It was some crazy fucking thing like that. Imagine having a digital team of devs. They're each assigned tasks, operates simultaneously. Squad, I can tell, spawns off. Oh, that's cool. So it's like having a couple different agents that you're working with. That's cool. That sounds, it sounds kind of shitty, honestly. Like the tech is cool, but I feel bad. Like, is that something that do you like that? Do you like, because I feel like it seems just from, I've never worked in the software industry at all, so I have no clue what I'm just completely talking out of my ass. But from what I just see on like Twitter and stuff, it seems like a lot of programmers are spending a lot more time like prompting agents and then reviewing code than like writing their own code, which in my mind would take all the fun out of it. Is this Gesaffelstein again? Fuck, he's so good. He's just got one of those. He's got one of those. Like you can tell when it's a Gesaffelstein. Can't stop AI from doing what it's doing, but as dev using AI can dev so much more faster. But does it take away, like, do you find that you spend more time, like, are you spending more time as like a manager reviewing other people's code? Depends on the place. You use a tool, not in place of, like, the way I use it is like the way we were doing it today. Like I use it as a tutor, and I'll just ask it all kinds of questions. And then I'll try and like, if I like, I'm like, okay, I think I know what it means. And then I'll go and write some code. And then I'll come back and just be like, okay, let me know what I got right and got wrong. And I'll kind of explain like, what's an example here? Yeah, like this. So the reason to use unique pointer here is because game will own the scenes, but we need something flexible enough to handle any kind of scene. We could have table scene, dice scene, map scene, etc. as members of game class, but that seems verbose and unnecessary. We don't use a regular raw pointer because that implies the scenes live elsewhere. Unique pointer gives us ownership, but since pointer is just an address, it's vague and reusable enough to store all of our scene types. Is that right? And then it'll tell me, you got this right, you got wrong, blah, 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 blah. I use it as like a tutor, but I love writing code, man. I love typing. I love sitting. I love Vim, man. I like moving around. I feel like I'm always getting better at Vim. I've been using like the F now. So like, let's see if I want to find like the R's and like jumping around this way. Oh, changing our word update. Oh, baby. Oh, never mind. Undo. The art of coding is going to be lost. I don't think it's going to be lost. That's what everyone says. That's what everyone says about everything whenever something new happens. Hell yeah, the People Are Strange video. Absolutely terrible for other things. You're going to code a clanker that clanks itself. Hell yeah. Tom in Boston, what is happening, dude? Guys, everybody follow Tom. Tom is the man. He's handsome. He's funny. Code with Sean Gifton is sub to Tom. Hell yeah, dude. Just left Amazon after 10 years. You're writing code manually. Hell yeah. Got to keep the Tom happy. Keep him happy, baby. Fuck yeah. I've been good, man. I'm off tour a little bit now because my back's a little bit fucked, but I've just been making games and writing code to stay sane in the meantime. Honestly, overall, things are good. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. Oh, yeah, okay. Very good point. Asking it to build out a workflow that spans distributed systems. Right, yeah. Yeah, I like it for what I really like is it's like really way more efficient Googling. Like if you have a really specific question, when I first started coding, it was 2020. So AI was like, there were chatbots, but they weren't very sophisticated or anything. So anytime I had like a specific question about like, why is this code not working? Like I just don't understand. You'd have to like post on Reddit and then wait 3 days for some fucking asshole to give you a passive aggressive response and then tell you never to write code again. Like I like with the AIs, you can just dig in and you can just like ask it question after question. What about this? What about that? What about that? What about that? And then you can really kind of, if you know the right questions to ask, you can get a good picture of. But I'm also in a totally different situation where I'm not working on a team. I'm not working with a code base that was already, like Julian said, written 10 years ago. This is Mr. Pee Pee Pooper, brother. How you doing? Everybody follow Budro as well. We got all the homies in here. I love this song. Corday. Yeah, Stack Overflow and Reddit are both in a neck and neck race for who's the most condescending asshole community of all time. Hell yeah. So I'm so glad. That's honestly my favorite thing about LLMs is that I don't have to deal with Reddit or Stack Overflow. But yeah, it's easy for me. I do this as a hobby because I want to do it. Anyway, let's find somebody to raid here. I'm going to have a shower and then Ann and I are going to watch an episode of Severance. So I think I got a handle on the unique pointer thing. What's the next thing on the to-do list? Command pattern. I was actually doing the command pattern all day. It's another thing I've been doing too, is like reading the design patterns and seeing if I can implement them anywhere. Indexes to size T. Virtual scene class. We did that. Game class with unique pointer for current scene. We did that. So what's the next? Oh yeah, so now we got to move all dice logic to dice scene class. All right. Got a list of shit to do tomorrow. Whoopsies. Boom. Let's do some git shit here. Okay, right. So let's do this. Let's add the dice stuff. Oops. We'll add the table scene stuff. And then we'll add scene.h. Oops. And then that'll be, we'll just say virtual scene class and overrides in subclasses. Okay. We can add game class. What do we got left? Let's call it to do for the last shit. All right. Okie dokie. Let's find somebody to raid. We'll be back tomorrow at noon my time, which I believe is 2 p.m. Eastern now. Well, we are raiding. He had all the karma. Yeah, we're just taking off for the night. Get the raid message there. Let's see who's online. Who's who's coding? Let's find somebody who's coding. See if we got anybody we follow coding. Boom, boom, boom. Diggs Dev? Who's Diggs Dev? Making a game in 500 hours. I follow him for some reason. Queso's online. Man, Queso's so goddamn funny. But he has 47,000 people watching. Jesus. Let's do this guy, Diggs Dev. See what this guy's up to. I'm in Central, I think. We're in mountain time half the year and central half the year because Saskatchewan doesn't observe daylight savings time. Yeah, not the guy we're rating, but Queso. I don't know if you know who Queso is. He's fucking funny as shit, man. He's so funny. He's like one of the few. He got like really famous on TikTok just posting clips of himself playing Fall Guys. And some of those little TikToks would just make me like fucking cry from laughing so hard. He's just so goddamn funny. But we're going to rate Diggs Dev instead. Looks like he's making a game in 500 hours. 10 p.m. CST right now. It's 9 p.m. for me. So I'm in Mountain now. Yeah. Guys, everybody follow Tom, follow Budro. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Priscilla, Sean, Magnus, Solo, Tom, Budro, Julian. Am I missing anybody? If I am, I'm sorry. Thank you, everybody. Afterward, Kirk. Fuck yeah. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great night, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.